ずんだもんです。ブライと戦争を終わらせるためにアーチデーモン倒しに行きます。レッツゴー。アーチデーモンは本作のラスボスだけあって恐ろしく強いです。そのため戦闘開始と同時に画面にシミュレーションゲーみたいに味方を召喚して戦うことができます。軍隊召喚は一度召喚したら全ての兵がやれるまで解除できないです。召喚兵は盾役のレッドクリフ兵、火力特化のドワーフ、弓のエルフ、魔導士がいます。どれを召喚しても普通に強いので僕の好みで選んでます。兵数が多い部隊が有利かというと思うでしょうが、アーチデーモンは即死級のブレス、一般兵なら即死のキルムーブを多用してくるから兵数多くても運が悪ければすぐ倒されてしまいます。召喚兵は使い捨てのアイテムを持って運用するしかない。主人公たちの弾避け程度に考えるといい。アーチデーモンの攻撃は爪や尻尾のなぎ払い、ブレス、戦場のダークスポーンにコークスボムを使用してくる。コークスボムは名前の通り主体爆弾でダークスポーンを爆破してくる。体力を一定数減らすと場所を移動もするので戦闘が長引きやすいです。ボスが移動するようになると大勢のダークスポーンを呼び出してくる。ダークスポーンの出てくる場所は左右の塔にある通路からなので、通路付近に兵や罠を配置しておくと処理がしやすい。罠や兵が足りない場合は主人公で倒すか、アーチデーモンのブレス攻撃をダークスポーン部隊に当てても処理できる。味方が倒された場合はウィンの呪文リザレクションで蘇生できるので問題ない。リザレクションは詠唱時間が長いけど唱えられれば体力全開で蘇生できる。今気づいたけどいつの間にかイーモン白煙軍できてたな。気づいてあげられなくてごめん。アーチデーモン戦はボスの体力が一定以下になると主人公に協力した派閥のリーダーが助けに来てくれます。例としては2枚タイモンやハービングとか、エルフならレスリンかエアウルフ、弓兵部隊です。ドワーフは見たことないからわからない。普通に戦えば全ての援軍来る前には倒せるからな。呼びかけでダークスポーンが出現。ダークスポーンは数多いのでレッドクリフ兵で応戦する。部隊数が多いと召喚に少し時間かかるようだ。暇なのでアーチデーモンについて紹介する。アーチデーモンとはダークスポーンを率いて世界を周辺にもたらすブライトを行うもの。実はアーチデーモンはかつてセラス大陸の大空を支配していたドラゴンであった。特に強力なのが7柱のハイドラゴン、ユマト、ザージーケル、トス、アンドラル、ユーサミエル。このドラゴンたちは創造主の怒りを退治した回廊に封印されていたのだが、ケビンナーの賢者たちはドラゴン、古代神たちを目覚めさせた結果ダークスポーンが誕生してしまった。ダークスポーンが世界を滅ぼそうとしていたところにグレイウォーデンが登場し世界を救ったようです。ダークスポーンはドラゴン、古代神の産物なので音が覚醒するまでは地下回廊を通っています。それでなんだけどブライト戦争はこれまで4回発生していて、全てグレイウォーデンによって止められている。今回で5回目と聞くと古代神がかわいそうになる。今回の古代神は最後に名前が出たユーサミエルです。特徴は精霊ダメージの黒煙と見た目が完全にドラゴンということ。今までの古代神は見た目がわからないから ので倍速。
And then it was over. With the archdemon dead, the darkspawn horde quickly crumbled. Most fled back into the deep roads. They would remain a threat in the years to come, but the blight had been ended before it had truly begun. Ferelden had been saved, and the entire kingdom rose up to joyously greet its queen. The Grey Wardens stood redeemed, and a new age had begun. But at what cost?
My friends, we are gathered to celebrate those responsible for our victory. Of those who stood against the Darkspawn siege of Denerim, there is one in particular who deserves commendation. The one who led the charge against the Archdemon and killed it remains with us still, an inspiration to all she saved that day. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the hero of Ferelden, the first Grey Warden to defeat the Blight since Garahel 4 centuries ago. Grey Warden, it is hard to imagine how you could have aided Ferelden more. I think it only appropriate that I return the favor. Is there any boon you might request of Ferelden's queen? Let it be known that the Hows are hereby stripped of their titles and fortune, and will be investigated as to their individual involvement in the High Ever attack. High Ever itself is restored to your family, namely your brother Fergus, who was found safe and sound near the Kokari Wilds. Let it also be known that the Arling of Amaranthine, once the land of Arl Howe, is now granted to the Grey Wardens. There they can rebuild, following the example of those who went before them. What are your plans? Will you remain with the Grey Wardens? I am certain they will be relieved to know your intentions. There is a group of eager Ferelden citizens waiting outside to get a look at their hero. I suggest you make at least a brief appearance before they storm the gate. Just tell the guard at the door when you are ready.
Ending 前に仲間たちとお別れをします。
So it appears that Riordan was wrong. I find it difficult to believe that he deliberately misled us. Have you another explanation for what happened? I should have known. The witch disappeared not long after the battle and has not been seen since. I assume this was expected. Still, the Orlesian Grey Wardens have been persistent in their questions. I intend to keep any thoughts on the matter to myself. I understand you're returning to the Wardens, as am I. I've been tapped to lead up their recruitment efforts here in Ferelden. Honora's influence, no doubt. I would have preferred she not interfered. I know. Let us put an end to the chatter here. I'm sure neither of us has the stomach for it. Go and return to your celebration. Regardless of what I might think, you ended the Blight. You deserve your accolades.
How incredible that it survived. It has exceeded my expectations. It is welcome. I'll point out that my expectations are difficult to exceed. Thankfully, it appears to be the exception when it comes to its kind. Otherwise, I might be forced to revise my opinion completely. But I will go now. I'm thinking I will return to Orzammar. Perhaps I will fight the Dark Spawn in the deep roads. Clear them out for good. They remind me of pigeons. No. Where I go, it is better if I go alone. The Blight may be over, but the Dark Spawn will just go underground once again. Perhaps I can do something to aid the dwarves. It is a worthy quest. Something worth existing for. Does that make sense? Good. Perhaps I will see it again one day. I hope so. For a flesh creature, it has been excellent company.
When I heard that my little sister was not only a Grey Warden, but also leading Ferelden into battle, I was surprised, to put it mildly. Father. He would have been so proud of you. I know I am. You've done good. Yes, I'm trying not to think too much about them. Hal has lost everything, that bastard. Vengeance is bitter, but I think about Oren. It barely seems like it's enough. At least Amaranthine now belongs to the Grey Wardens. There's some justice in that, I think. I need to go back to High Ever. See if I can clean up the mess Hal made of it. I will see you soon, I hope. Good. High Ever won't be the same without everyone around. Take care of yourself, you hear? Or I'll find you and nag you like Mother did until you're ready to tear out your hair.
So here we are. The conquering heroine has won the day, and now she takes her bow and exits the stage. A fine ending. But I may be, I'm afraid. You know, I can't help now but think of my vision. The Maker sent me to help you, and look what you did. It's a miracle. It truly is. I've been asked by the Chantry to return to the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I need to make sure it's protected. Maybe pilgrims can even begin going there again. Oh no, you have your own things to keep you busy, I'm sure. It will be a grand adventure of my very own. I'm looking forward to it. At any rate, you should get back to the celebration. We can speak another time.
The hero of Ferelden. My. How does it feel? Honora's idea, I understand. The girl does like to get to the point. But it's not so bad, is it? A blight defeated with the other nations barely becoming aware. Who could ask for better? Until you do something wrong. And then they will enjoy tearing you down just as rapidly. I'm glad not to be on the receiving end of all this attention myself. I say, let the young have their fame. Not that I've gone without notice. Irving asked me to take over as first enchanter, but I don't wish to go back. Not after all this. Instead, I've decided to accept a position here at court. There's not been a mage advising the throne for a very long time. I appreciate the offer, but I cannot. What time I have remaining, I wish to spend being useful. If we do not see each other again, live well, Warden, and thank you.
They call you hero. I have not heard it used before, but I think I understand the intent. The Arishok on occasion has declared a Kunari to be Kunoran Vel, one who serves as an example to others. Such examples are always made after their death, however, a death in service to the Kyun. A living Kunoran Vel would be too proud. Of course you would say that. What the human custom has in common with our own is that the declaration of a Kunoran Vel is a cause for much celebration. It is one of few occasions when the Kunari are permitted to engage in revelry. There is imbibing of spirits, public chanting, meditations abandoned. It is madness. Yes. Were I too weak to protect myself, I suppose I would also be vastly relieved to have a hero save the day. I suppose I should tell you. I have decided to return to my people. Your quest is done, and thus so is my reason for accompanying you. But the blight is done. I have an answer for the Arishok that no longer requires the question. It must be said, you gave me the chance to redeem my honor, and now it is done. I owe you a debt. It has. That one of the Baz, a foreigner, would become known as Kadan to me. Unthinkable. Yet here it is. Perhaps we shall meet again. Should it be in battle, I will not seek you out. Panahidan, Warden.
Humans have a better taste for spirits than I thought. The ale appears actually good. Orzammar ale tastes like dirt in comparison. Probably because they put dirt in it. Go figure. I don't know. Maybe eventually. I got offered a spot in the human army. And not as a mascot either. You know, these humans aren't bad for all their long legs. Yeah, makes me wish Bronca was still around so she could see what she's missing. Stupid girl. Ah, well, enough babbling. That pot-bellied son of a whore Tegan said I'd pass out before drinking an entire barrel of pickle juice. I aim to prove him wrong. It's been good traveling with you, Warden. Don't get lost in the shuffle now.
Are you ready, my lady? The crowds outside are getting restless. Right. I'll take you there now. Follow me.
ここでドラゴンエイジオリジンズの冒険は終わり。ドラゴンエイジオリジンズアウェイキングが始まります。アウェイキングでは主人公は続投で新たな仲間と共に冒険していく。なので次回はドラゴンエイジオリジンズアウェイキングをやっていきます。それではさようなら。